Changing America and the Washington Post, and who knows what other mainstream media has had this angle, probably CNN and MSNBC and a whole lot of others. But here's their angle. The headline on Changing America and the Washington Post and who knows what is racism. That the coronavirus is spreading racism. 190 people at least have died. It spread to 19 countries, but their headline is racism. That's what we really need to fear. Racism. The coronavirus is spreading racism. When is our media going to figure out it's their reporting and their crazy angle of everything is racist is the racism? That's what's spreading the virus of racism itself. Because it makes everybody feel and think. It's boogeyman reporting. It makes all of us feel who aren't thinking deeply. It makes people feel, oh, it must be real. Everyone must be racist. Racism, 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 racism. It's like 1984, just pounding an idea into the head until it becomes real, so real. And I'm not saying there isn't any racism. I'm not saying there isn't any racism. I'm saying the amount of racism you make people feel in their head creates racism and paranoia and fear. You're doing it. You're spreading it. Stop it. Stop sensationalizing everything as making it racist and anger and hatred and division. Oh, then the viewer thinks, oh, it must be racism and hatred and division. Oh, everyone's racist. Everything's racist. Because racism is basically hatred and anger. And every time you report things this way, instead of just focusing on the facts and the truth, you have to sensationalize this little boogeyman called racism and give it power and feed it in the minds of the viewer. Do you get what I'm saying? You see, here's the truth. The coronavirus can't be racist. And it can't really create racism. It just can't. Let's walk down that road a little just for a minute. First of all, it's a virus. And anyone who's afraid of a virus has every right to be afraid of a virus. But let's backtrack from that. I know what they're saying. They're saying, oh, racism. Because people who might see someone from China because it originated in China might be afraid of that person who's Chinese because the virus came from China. That's racism. No, it's not. First of all, as a white male, the worst possible thing you can be today, let me say, as a white male, I would never, ever see an Asian person walking down the street and be afraid of ever. It just wouldn't happen. Now, that's what they're saying, though. I know what they're getting at. But let me explain why what they're getting at, even if I did feel a fear, that's still not racism. Okay? And here's why. If I have to explain it. If a person is afraid of getting a virus, it doesn't make them a racist. It makes them a virusist. That's what they are. They're practicing virusism. And if a virus that's killing people and spreading across the country is mainly focused in China, then they might be afraid of the virus and think it might be more likely to come from someone who's Chinese. It's a logical connection. It's not a racist connection. Now, is it rooted in reality? Not really, no. I would say that person is misinformed and has allowed your reporting to screw up their mind. You're doing it, mainstream media. You're creating the fear. You're creating the anger. You're creating the division. I'm so sick of it. You're the racists because you're creating the anger and the fear and the division, which basically is what racism is toward other people. You're creating it in their mind. Paranoia, lead destroy ya, as the Kinks sang back in, I think, the 80s. Paranoia, lead destroy ya, the Kinks. That's what you're doing. So, the virus, the coronavirus. Look, if a person is afraid of an Asian person because they think maybe there's more of a chance, well, it's actually probably true. That would be more likely to catch the virus from someone who looks Asian or Chinese or whatever. They're afraid of the virus. If it started in Germany and they heard someone or saw someone with a German accent or looked German or was wearing German clothes or something, and they would be afraid of that person because you've trained people to be in paranoia. Or if it was it started in Italy or wherever. If it started in Japan, it's not the location, and it's not the people, and it's not the color of their skin. It's the virus they're afraid of, not the people. It's the virus, and everybody has a right to be afraid of a virus. And again, I'm not saying it's logical, and I wouldn't think that way. But quit with the calling it racism. It's not. Please, save us from mainstream media. Please. That all they care about is likes and thumbs up and ratings. They don't care about our happiness. They don't care about our country. They don't care about our feelings. And they certainly do not care about ending racism. This has been brought to you by Planet Earth Trumped, a true fable. Check it out at a bookstore near you. And let's just stop living in fear up here in our minds. Let's stop allowing mainstream media to get in there and mess with our peace of mind. I'll see you later.